Would you like to learn why I believe a recession is coming very shortly that's going to send Bitcoin to a new low, Ethereum, and put altcoins at a generational buying price point? My name is the Suppoman, your superhero of 100 to 1000x gems, and I look for the most fundamental and pumpermentally sound cryptocurrencies to invest in at the low to be able to make at least a 100x in the next bull market. I have done research to suggest that there is always a second bottom, and the second bottom always indicates the best possible opportunity to get into altcoins. So as you can see here, COVID was the second low of the last bear market. Capitulation was the first low. And 90% of cryptocurrencies hit their absolute bottom in the second bottom. Out of this sample size of 100 cryptocurrencies, half of them did over 100x, with quite a few of them going above 300x. And I believe the same buying opportunity of a lifetime is coming very shortly. So if you love content like this, smash a like on this video and subscribe also if you want to be truly informed. So today we can see some solid altcoins have pumped, and it leads one to think that we're in a healthy market. Perhaps we're on the road to recovery. Maybe we're coming out of the worst of this bear market. In my opinion, no. In my opinion, I think there is a lot worse to come. Now, if we have a look at global net liquidity, this is money that is flying around in the financial system. What we can see is it is on a massive downtrend. It is drying up. The amount of money that's flowing around risk on assets is decreasing. Now we can see there was a reversal at the beginning of the year. We saw that over the course of 2022, that global net liquidity had been drying up, and then there was a reversal at the tail end of 2022, which I believe kicked off what happened at the beginning of 2023, which was that we started seeing a bull run for stocks and cryptos. And this was exacerbated further in March. So we had financial collapse, some banks went down, and then a reversal. But since that point, Bitcoin has not quite gone down to its lowest point in this bear market, but altcoins have. And that is because there is no money flowing around the system for risk on assets. It's drying up, and it has been continuing to dry up, and it's currently at its lowest point. However, the most pressing matter is recession. Now, if we have a look at all the recessions of the past, we could be seeing the 2023 recession, 2024 recession, otherwise known as the Great Reset, the everything bubble crashing, happening very soon. Now, on TradingView, you can see the difference between the 10-year and 2-year yield curve. And typically, when there is an inversion into the negative, that is when the beginnings of a recession is likely to happen. I'm going to be showing you with historical data. So if we go back to the Great Recession of 2008, when the inverted yield curve went below negative, which is 0. When it went below negative, that was the beginnings of a potential recession. Now, when it goes negative, that is not the point at which a recession is likely to happen. It's at the point that it goes back positive over 0. Okay, so it's gone negative, but it goes positive over 0. Of course, the last time that happened was June 2007. And months later, in December 2007, began the Great Recession, which was from December 2007 to June 2009. Now, at the point at which it went negative was December 2005, and the point at which it flipped positive over the 0 again was June 2007. A 17-month window. And then the recession started. Now, your argument is probably, oh, it has gone positive at certain points, so that breaks this 17-month window. No, it doesn't. What it means is that once it goes back below, it essentially cancels out that pivot positive. All right, so it's once it goes meaningfully positive. Before that was the dot-com bubble burst in 2001. What happened is that the yield curve went negative in January 2000, and then it went positive in around about February 2001. So that was a 12 to 13 month window. So 17 month, 12 month. In February 2001, it went positive over 1 again, and that was when the dot-com bubble burst happened, which was March 2001, and actually led to turmoil over the next 2 years. Before that was the early 90s recession. So these are all the recessions that have happened. The Great Recession, early 2000s, the early 1990s, 1981 to 1982, 1980. They are all plotted here. So the early 90s, this was a 15-month window between going negative to back positive over the zero line. Okay, 15 months. It happened, it went positive in March 1990, and then in July 1990, a recession happened, the early 90s recession, till March 1991. Same happened in 1981 recession and the 1980 recession. Once it actually flipped positive, so if we look at the 1980, that was 21 months from going below zero to going back above zero, 21 months. And then there were 2 recessions, basically, that followed. That was how bad it was, a 21-month window. So what I've done is I've taken the average of 21 months, 15 months, 12 months, and 17 months to plot what is the average time of going negative to going positive. And the result is 17 months is the average. So where we sit today is we went negative in June 2022. So that means that for 16 months, we have been negative. Now, what you can see is that we can see that the yield curve is actually going positive. It has gone from -1 to -0.45. It's already doubled in the last 3 months. So it could double again. So we've been in a 16-month window, a 17 months, which is the average. That is the point at which we'll probably go positive and therefore signal a recession. And this is why I personally think Q3 2023 to early 2024 could be the time at which a recession starts to happen. And when that recession happens, that's when I believe we are going to be seeing the low point occurring for Bitcoin, for altcoins, and then this is going to be a time at which we get in. So we have got historical evidence right here that has never ever been proven wrong. We have never seen this pattern voided ever. Every time it goes from negative to positive over the zero line, there's always a recession. There has never ever been an exception. And the one time that we actually touched and went above it was for the recession of the COVID period. Basically a flash crash, essentially. Look, 2 months. And that is a reflection of how little time there was from going negative to going positive. Actually was like a flash crash. We could be seeing anything from a very, very short-term recession to a long-term recession. There is also the outside chance that there isn't a recession. But that would basically disprove and void this theory, which has never been proved wrong. So I don't think, like with everything, that it's going to be different this time. And all I think that's happening is that politicians are kind of just lying to us and saying, oh, there's not going to be a recession till 2027. But the fact of the matter is that we are certainly showing signs of entering back into positive over zero again, and we are at 16 months, the average is 17 months, looking at all the past recessions that have occurred. And the thing is that like in 1980 and 1982, is we have gone deep below the zero. Okay, so look, we were at -2.4 here. Now, ever since, for 1990 was -0.43, for the dot-com bubble bursting was -0.5, and then for the Great Recession, we're actually -0.21. However, this time we have gone -1. This is very deep. This is double that of the dot-com bubble. So does that therefore mean a more severe recession, like what happened in the early 1980s? Well, that is what remains to be seen. You know, what we have is we have got a series of patterns which we're going to see whether they hold true or not. The 4-year cycle for Bitcoin has always held true. The yield curve inversion into negative going back into positive has always held true, that always a recession follows afterwards. So this is why I am not doing my major buying yet. I've got a lot of the narrative plays that I'm looking to buy, waiting for certain price points to hit, but this is why I haven't bought yet. It's why I haven't taken major positions yet, even though a lot of altcoins are now 95, 99% down. I personally think this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime event, a super duper bear market, which I think is going to lead to generational low buy points for the crypto market. And as a result of that, generational wealth and easy millionaire making opportunities. If you want to see what I am DCAing to, when and how much, I would suggest that you get the Cryptocurrency Investment Course 2023 Fund Your Retirement. And then what you do is you go to the absolute final lecture, and then you go into my buy announcements Telegram group. You will see when I am buying, so you essentially know when I am taking my major positions during this bear market. And you get it for $9.99, and it's only for a couple more days that the discount code will exist. So if you want to get it, I would suggest that you would get it at $9.99. It's never going to be lower than that. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you next time. It is lights out, all out.